Welcome back to our weekly karmic third-party energy update. Remember, this can relate to energy, a memory, a physical person, or a situation. Now, we have pulled the cards. If you do want this content ahead of the crowd, we do host this via the membership on YouTube a week ahead of the crowd. So come through and join us. We have lots of other perks that are connected to it. Now, what I'm saying here with the karmic third party this week, I'm noticing the lotus flower, and I do particularly feel, sometimes when I'm reading the karmic third parties energy, it can be quite dark. Depending on the individual that is coming through, the individual pocket groups that week. This person is looking at their magician energy. This person is looking, you notice the butterfly on the third eye. Again, we have Mercury shadow direct. The serpent directly, across the hand, which is our hands directly are linked to Chiron, and I'm noticing the lotus flower and the scrying in the bowl. Could this be dark stuff? It could be some dark stuff. And especially when we are, especially for those of you that know a lot about spirituality and the occult and, dark magic and things to that degree. Generally, if a person is at lower frequency, it's a little bit like a magnet. We can attract all this bad juju, and it's not necessarily that the person is a bad person. It can be when we're run down, when we're if we're unwell, if we're circling ourselves with individuals, if we're using excessive pacifiers. These energies, like a magnet, can attract to us, especially when we're the yellow chakra, giving our power away. And I'm noticing the cats, this person really is feeling that they can resurrect the dead, metaphorically. They're feeling that they can turn the ship around, and there could have been some tactics, some manipulation that they've used over the years. It could have been birthing children. It might have been, saying sweet nothings, using their vessel as a manipulation. But I just see this person right now really tuning into that. It's like going back to those patterns, going back to their personal power. And this is always a time when we have transitions astrologically and spiritually, when we have a test in front of us. It's always a new opportunity to address it in a different way. What I am seeing from the cards so far, however, is looking like they're having opportunities to do such, but there is an avoidance, there is an unacceptance of the status quo of where this connection stands. Now, they're really looking to the past, and they could have had a father figure that was a role model that maybe they put on a pedestal. It also could be these expectations. Some may currently be having a troubling relationship with either a masculine or a father figure energy, but there appears to be some troubles. They're hoping it's to the past, but I feel like it could resurface. In a communication style, I feel in their heart space, they're very Mercury in orientation, and they could be saying some sweet nothings. This could be text messages. This could be communication. But it's funny, something's going to be blown out of proportion. It feels like it's going to get larger. And again, I'm noticing this symbol directly on the third eye. They're really going to be speaking their mind. They may be going into this circumstance with counterpart quite cautiously, sweet nothings, being nice. What they're really wanting is somebody to fight for them, but they're not realizing that this path, this avoidance that they're having in their life is in relation to their spiritual path on their own, not necessarily linking to the hero's journey, a divine masculine or a divine feminine. It's something inside themselves that they're challenged with. I'm really noticing from the next level, they're sort of getting to a space where something isn't flying, something isn't growing. They're being challenged to do something in a different way, but they're definitely not looking at it as, this is going to win the day. They could have a grand breakthrough, and I do feel they could get to a point this week that they're feeling, okay, things are getting back on an equilibrium. Maybe communication is coming through. Maybe they're feeling that this is going to turn out a lot better than they anticipated. But I do feel there's something to do with this romantic interest and them directly looking outside themselves. I do feel there's spying. Because look, not all of these individuals will be. Sometimes we can say, when is the karmic third party cycle over? Now, it really depends on the circumstance. You, as a feminine and a masculine, will always relate to these individuals differently as you ascend. So it may be, that this person could be around for the rest of your life, but it does not have to define the connection. It doesn't have to define how you relate to it. And it's like somebody that you used to know. So how could that come about? It could be a karmic parent. It could be a karmic boss. It could be a karmic physical romantic partner, somebody that you co-created with. For some, this is the story. I'm hearing that the old tactics aren't going to be able to work. They've maybe bitten off a bit more than they can chew. And I do feel that there is a maternal parent. This can either be divine masculine in the mix, or a person that is a family member. But I get that, how do I put it? It feels as though they could be turning in towards this person, but this person's very wise. This person sees this pattern. This also could be a friend. Some of them are dealing with like a tribal situation. There is jealousy and insecurity. This can be towards their children, maybe trying to conceive for some of them. But there's something of a wrap up here, and there is a test within their emotions, but it feels as though they're not changing it. Old tactics that they had used before, they're simply not working. Some of them are using swaying powers to get this person to come back into the funnel web, but I do feel counterpart is really not interested in this at this point in time. It's they've seen it, they've seen the pattern, they've seen the technique. There could be an individual who is going to ask the twins to do something. This can be on either side of the fence, especially because this can be a karmic cycle. There is something that hasn't wrapped up, and this, like, they're also saying if this person comes out of the woodworks and suddenly wants to make contact with you, be very careful. I feel most of you will be wise enough to see the truth of this, but I definitely feel that there is a tactical maneuver on this person's part. There's a bit of manipulation, and they can take you off by surprise. I definitely see we have the knowledge card. This could be somebody trying to spread rumors. It can be somebody trying to get some information out of you. They're also making reference to not everything you're hearing through the grapevine is gospel, so be very careful about deciphering this information, especially to do with tribe and family. There's something hidden. Yeah, they're definitely making references to this person has not changed their stripes. Know the pattern. Some of them have a feeling that the spiritual connection between the twin flames is coming closer. They're trying to block it, but it's not working. It feels as though, yeah, there also, for some, might have been a conversation with the karmic third party where they had been told the intentions of counterpart wanting to partner with you. I'm still here. My washing machine started spinning off. Okay. Now, this card makes me really wary, the outcome card. Now, I'm getting a combination between Mercury, Pluto. They're making reference to the 11th, okay? Yep, definitely the 11th. I'm looking at the numbers on the card. I would say easy 3 days before, 3 days after. Really be careful around these individuals coming out of the woodworks, because even when Mercury is direct, I tend to find it becomes more malefic. And I'm noticing this is like Pluto. We're seeing the skull. It's I'm getting the death card energy. I'm getting magician energy. There could be some information that comes through. Something that was hidden is coming to light. I do feel counterpart is really aware of who this person is and what they're made of, how low they can go. There is a change in direction within this karmic contract. They feel piggy in the middle of the twin flame connection. I'm going back to the top level, and I feel divine masculines coming out of the woodworks, and they know where they're going. And I feel it's towards divine feminine, and I feel the karmics in the middle, you know, trying to spread rumors, trying to cause rifts. Even if both parties here have accepted the status quo of where everything stands, they are aware that these are the power couple, and there is a lot of intimidation towards that. Okay, how do they see the divine feminine? I want to know. Oh boy. Okay, they see you as marriage material. They see you as a direct threat. They see you as the one who this person's committed to. Okay, how are they seeing divine masculine? They're second guessing it. They felt that they're kind of looking back and they're thinking, did I actually score that correctly? Did I actually link with this person and feel that it was very safe? They're really looking to the past at the moment, and they're feeling quite threatened. Yeah, they can be talking to people. They're hearing things through the grapevine. They're very superstitious and paranoid. They could be trying to remove friendship groups, especially for those in a karmic contract. But I definitely see this outcome card here in the mix is this week. There's something coming to light that was hidden, and I do feel if counterpart has kept this under wraps, they're trying to avoid disaster, but they're getting their ducks in a row. This can be keeping the individual up at night, but they're planning behind the scenes. They're planning an exit. Yep, they're definitely being very tactical about it. This is to keep you safe and sound, I'm hearing. I also feel they're really reassessing the contracts. They know how they feel about divine feminine, and they want out. But this karmic third party, if they get a wind of it, what will happen? Let's pull a card. That does not make sense. I feel they'll realize that they're not happy. It's a crazy response. Okay, this group here, this is a crazy thing. This energy this week. Those of you that are dealing with a real weird karmic, 100% be careful. This person's not right. This is why counterpart here in the mix is being very cautious. This person can be very flighty. They can really change their moods. It might go pear-shaped. I will check in with you guys next week. Love and light. Take care. Remember to come through and join our joint connection to see where the twin flame paths are.